The story starts with an old woman named Judy. She steps onto a stool trying to grab a toy from a shelf, but can't get to it. Passes out and tumbles down. The scene is to the hospital. Judy's daughter informs her boy that their mom might not walk again. Both visit her bedside. Judy had a stroke, and now bringing her home looks almost impossible. They exit the hospital. Megan asks Noah about coming back. Noah says he didn't purchase a ticket when he arrived. Noah previously lived elsewhere with their dad. Megan remained here in this with their mom. Outside, they see a man named Mezer walk the streets. Later, the brother and sister reach their childhood house. Noah will remain for 6 days. They start checking the house. Childhood items lie destroyed. Pipes are dripping. When Megan rips open a fixed wall, a dead body tumbles out. They both know the corpse. It's Mrs. Mezer, their neighbor, who went missing in 1997. Back in 1997, when Mrs. Mezer disappeared, Megan and Noah's parents had taken the 2 kids to their grandmother for a week. After that, their parents never exited the house again. Scared someone would find the body. Noah recalls spending many hours playing PlayStation in that cellar. He yells that their parents are killers, or else the body wouldn't have been police, but Noah says number 30 years have gone by. Their dad is gone. Everyone else has continued on. Mrs. Mezer's kids are spread far away. Only Doug Meir still walks the streets. Nobody is searching for Mrs. Mezer anymore. Noah grabs Megan's phone so she can't contact the police. Then we discover why Noah needs money badly. His company is collapsing. His credit cards are filled up. Noah arrived for the inheritance that will come after their mom's death. Megan is stunned. Noah tells her she has the house and family and he has nothing. If the police get called, the Mezer children will take them to court and they'll lose the house. If this gets out, Dad's name will be pulled through the dirt and their family's standing will be destroyed. Noah sends Megan back to her house. Night at Noah's place, his husband Diego sees Noah's address. Diego feels concern is about Noah's mom. Later, Megan notices her young son falling and gives step. Meanwhile, Noah moves to the house with a baseball bat. As if someone had entered. He discovers a gun in their files. The next morning, Megan asks Noah what they should do with the body. Noah creates a plan. At 3 o'clock in the morning, when everyone is sleeping, they'll get the body, cover it, and put it into Megan's car. They'll drive far off and hide it. That night, they travel to the woods while leaving her kids at school. Megan hears on her car radio that students checking water at the same lake found a dead body. The police are now looking into it. Megan hurries to the hospital and locates Noah. He tries to settle her, saying, maybe the police don't even know whose body it is yet. Before Megan and Noah can talk, Lieutenant Zell has already come to Judy's hospital room to ask questions. Judy's talking is unclear, but Lieutenant Zell tells Megan and Noah that Mrs. Mezer's body was discovered and that their parents were friends with her. Noah says as kids, they had heard that Mr. Mezer had murdered Mrs. Mezer. The lieutenant hands them her card and exits. Megan and Noah talk to their mom and tell her they understand. They promise to deal with it. You don't need to mention anything to anyone. They tell her, whatever you and Dad did doesn't matter. But when they go back to their mom's house, they discover Judy's nurse, Grace. Grace is skilled with stroke victims. She knows how to understand people who can't talk. Judy has already told Grace that she was the person who murdered Mrs. Mezer. Noah says this is crazy, but Grace has been visiting the house every day for the past 5 months. She had seen leaks and other strange things, but Judy had not let her contact anyone. Now Grace knows Megan and Noah discovered the body. Grace wants $10,000. Grace responds, saying, yes, your mom killed her friend. You threw away her body, and now I'm the one who's a lowlife. She wanted $10,000 to keep her mouth closed. Noah says, fine, they'll pay her. They pick a location to meet. Megan and Noah work on gathering the money. Noah had nothing. Megan did all the negotiating on her own. Noah mocks. Do you really believe she'll accept the money once and just vanish? He pushes her. We have to frighten her. We need people to understand we're not to be challenged with. Noah suggests they get Bod. Bodhi is the scariest person they know. Megan disagrees. She says they haven't done anything so terrible that they can still contact the police. Noah increases the pressure. If you call, he says, everyone will know, including your kid's school. You'll have to relocate. Will your husband get another job with the same health benefits for your son? He works on her worries until Megan is trapped and agrees not to call. The next day, Noah visits Bod. He told him Grace was lying and asked, do you really believe my parents could have murdered someone? This nurse has been taking from my mom. Noah says, she can tell the cops that mom said something and they'll begin treating her like a suspect. My mom, your aunt, is weak. If she gets upset, she could pass away. We'll give her money. We just need you to frighten her. Bod and Noah's families had once been. At the time, Noah says, Bod appears. He tells Noah he'll enter alone because they want to scare Grace correctly. But the second Bod shows up, Grace understands what's going on. She isn't scared of Bod at all. But when Bod sees Judy's watch on Grace's arm, he gets angry. If anything happens to my Aunt Judy, he growls, I'll return and slice your throat myself. Bod exits without giving any money to Grace. Megan and Noah watch him come back with the money and Grace leaves furious, which means she might go directly to the police. Noah told Bod that he was meant to give her the money. But Bod answered, do you really believe she'll just grab the cash and leave? Megan worries, feeling the start of a panic attack. At the same time, the lieutenant discovers the body had only lately been thrown in the water, which means someone had placed it there very recently. Noah begins changing his real life into lies. Just then, the doorbell rings. It's Grace. Noah texts Megan. She isn't alone. She has brought a big man with her. Grace asks where Megan is. Noah says Megan is 20 minutes out. Grace holds up an hourglass and says, when the sand finishes, I'm contacting the police. She grabs Noah's phone and tells Grace to arrive here fast or the police will be coming. Megan rushed out of her house, speeding as fast as she could. The hourglass empties and Grace drove up right behind her, asking if she had called about any strange activity. Noah stepped in and said he had placed the call. The police entered inside. Noah said that they had heard a weird noise, but it was a false alarm and everything looked fine now. The officer said, since I'm here, why don't I do a quick check around? As he moved toward the basement, Megan stopped him. She said there were raccoons down there. Her mom had mentioned they probably bit through some wires, which is why the noise had happened. The officer believed this and left. Afterward, Grace wanted $25,000 by tomorrow, and she demanded Bod must not be there. Then, the big man who had arrived with her hit Noah before leaving. But here we discover the truth. That man wasn't a criminal at all. He was just a hairdresser. Even hitting Noah made him feel sick to his stomach. He said, why did you pull me into this? I've had both my knees replaced. Grace told him, you're receiving money for this, Sean. You can use it toward your daughter's college fund. Grace's actual plan was to get Noah and Megan's money and still visit the police with the truth. The next day, Megan took money from her kids' college funds, from locked deposits, from wherever she could. She and Noah showed up at the bridge Grace had picked, but Megan had only been able to bring $22,000. She promised to give the rest later. She said, Grace turned. What if I came late to feed your mom or didn't give her food on time? How would you feel? Grace wouldn't take the money. Megan finally lost it. She told Grace, fine, contact the police. I'm finished with all this. I was only attempting to protect my family, but Grace blamed her, saying she didn't care about family, only herself. She kept attacking Megan until Megan went after her. Sean grabbed Megan, but she kicked him in the knee. Sean dropped hard onto some bricks. He wouldn't make it. Grace shouted that they had to bring him to a hospital, but Noah pulled the trigger and shot Sean. Grace ran in fear. Noah chased after her and shot her, too. Now Megan and Noah had both gone too far. They had become killers themselves. Back home, Megan told Noah to clean his hands repeatedly to remove gunpowder marks. But Noah only held his stomach where Sean had struck him. Megan pushed him to stay strong. I need you to keep it together. But Noah kept saying that he had committed murder. Megan tried to settle him down. We need to hide our tracks. We can't make any errors. As Noah stepped out of Noah's car, Doug Mezer showed up. Megan stopped as Doug said hello to her, saying it had been a long time since he had seen any of them, and it was nice to see her again. But Doug saw blood in Megan's hair. Soon, the police found the former husband and wife. Lieutenant Zell recognizes Grace and brings Noah and Megan in for questions. Before they leave, Megan warns Noah to act normal, telling him to just say he didn't know Grace very well and that he had never met Sean. When they sit down with the lieutenant, Megan does all the speaking. The lieutenant watches Noah's face and asks if he's all right. Noah nods fast and says, yeah, I'm just curious what we're even doing here. Is this an interrogation? The lieutenant shakes her head. No, you're not suspects, but I do find it odd that since you two returned to town, we discovered 3 bodies and all of them are linked to you. That evening, Noah was expected to come over to Megan's for dinner, but he also brought Bod with him. At the table, Bod talks with Megan's kids. telling them he grew up next to their mom. Then he looks at Noah and Megan. "I heard something about your mom's nurse," he says. Megan quickly answers that they weren't very close. Bod cuts in, noting, "But you did speak to her a lot about your mom, didn't you?" Megan insists, "Not that much." Then Bod faces Megan's kids with a smile. "I know a secret about your mom and Uncle Noah." Noah and Megan stop, scared about what he might say. Bod grins. "Your mom and Uncle Noah loved their ice cream with rainbow sprinkles." Bod seems scary, but in reality, he isn't as dangerous, promising, "I'll cook some kebabs on the grill." Later, Diego quietly asks Megan why Bod is the way he is. Megan says that he never had stability growing up, never had good parents. Diego looks at her and asks, "Then why are you so unhappy?" Megan quickly dismisses it. "I'm fine." The next day, Noah shares with Megan that Bod seems to know everything just from the way Bod speaks. Noah is sure he knows the truth and that he's completely unstable. Megan tells him they have to move past Grace and Sean's deaths. She says that those two were never going to let them alone anyway, and without stopping them, their family would never have been safe. But Noah can't sleep. He thinks over it and goes to the hardware store to buy items to fix the wall. Finding it closed, he waits outside until morning. Once the shop opens, he gets all the items he needs. When he gets home, he looks out the window and sees Doug Mezer waving at him. After which, Noah and Megan visit Bod's house alone, using the reason that Diego and the kids are busy. Megan and Noah went into Bod's house on the excuse of just stopping by. Bod seemed a little uncomfortable because the place was messy. Then he brought Noah to show him a special room. Inside there were all kinds of swords. Bod told Noah to grab one. He wanted to have a sword fight. Like kids, Noah appeared deadly serious. Bod knocked Noah down and lifted his sword over him as if he was about to kill him. But it was only a game. A game Megan and Noah didn't understand. Megan worried and aimed a gun at Bod. Bod tried to run while Noah grabbed a knife and began searching the house for him. Bod appeared with a crossbow, looking deeply let down that Noah had actually wanted to harm him. Then Megan shot Bod from behind. Bod was still holding on to life when Noah rushed forward and stabbed him. Bod finally fell. When Noah bent down to check if he was dead, Bod fought back, stabbing Noah's hand. Megan fired again, ending him. She pulled the knife from Noah's hand and covered it with cloth. Together, they threw Bod's body in the lake. Afterward, Megan visited her mom at the hospital. She whispered to her, "You knew, didn't you? You knew Mrs. Mezer was having an affair with Dad and that's why you killed her, then hit it all up with him. What was that moment like when you found them together? How did you kill her? With a frying pan?" Judy looked back at her and said, "Only tell the truth." Just then, Lieutenant Zell arrived to speak with Judy. She asked Megan about Noah. "I heard he had some kind of accident." Megan answered calmly, "He was just trying to cut an avocado and pushed a paring knife right through his hand." The lieutenant then said, "We discovered a Rolex in Grace's car marked with your Judy signaled for her to wait, saying, 'I need to speak to my mom first.'" The lieutenant faced Megan and asked, "What did you say?" Megan replied, "I told her she doesn't need to worry about anything. She's safe." The lieutenant gave a small smile. "You know, cases like Mrs. Mezer's often get solved. Maybe it takes 30 years, but a new piece of proof always appears. Or someone discovers the gun and then it all gets solved." Megan left worried and went straight to Noah. But when she arrived, Doug Mezer was sitting with him playing video games. Noah had admitted everything to Doug. Shocked, Megan killed Doug, too. Noah broke down sobbing, saying he couldn't carry the weight of it anymore. He needed to tell someone. He said that he was returning to California, never to come back. But Megan told him no. He would stay right here. Megan hides Doug's body in the same spot as Mrs. Meter's. Now Noah will have to stay here looking after their mom 24 hours a day. Megan went back to her family and continued on happily just like her parents had done, hiding murder beneath the surface. And with that, friends, this story comes to an end. Tell us in the comments how you like this explanation. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to this channel.